Meditation for me is a bit of a, it's a process that allows me to effectively apply an active imagination to reality. And now, more than ever, I feel like I need to distract myself quite a bit. This lighting is annoying. But I still want to do a lot of things. There's a game, there's a Minecraft server, there's a full stack application I want to make, and then there's my portfolio website. And so I think I'm going to time box myself for a week and get this portfolio website down, because the one that's up is old and out of date, very out of date. So I'll go download these things, sort out Todoist. I'm going to head to a coffee shop and effectively get a TypeScript environment set up. Wireframe should take me a day. I want to give myself a week, and well, the end of this week and next week to do this. See if I can get full-on vlog style going again, given that I have plenty of time. Alright, that was simple. I'm using Todoist because I use Todoist for everything. I don't feel like I need a ClickUp project or Notion board. If you don't know me already, by the way, my name is Mark. I'm a backend engineer and a full stack engineer. I don't know which depth I want to go down yet, and I know that I want to keep game development an indie thing. I feel a bit awkward filming in public, so I'm going to avoid doing that, but I do want to get out of my apartment because it is also such a nice day. It's 8:17. I think I left for the coffee shop around 5. Cool. I'm officially definitely calling it Mark's Side. That was originally the name of the blog page, but I think it's, you know, my side of the internet. I think the name works. What can I say? I kind of came up with my blurb as well, so I stole from my resume and elaborated on it. Active projects, and then little video thing on the right here, little web dev things. Those are my current links. Just past projects and what I learned from them. And then these two things, if you were to collapse the page, slide down here. That's just the basic idea. They're not that important is the thing. And I guess I really see this as an extension of my resume. And this is it. This is literally just, I did create React app with the TypeScript template. That was it. And I'm probably gonna need to do npm install. Cool, day 1, complete. About 43 minutes of work. Those time-lapse clips about covered all of it. Recording with like an actual camera again is weird. It's really simple setup. This is sort of responsive. I mean, it's not that difficult. I forget how much fun this can be. I was a little like daunted at first and stuff. I forgot that I wrote Emergent Shiba on the domain, so it's gonna have to be static files rendered, but I'm hoping that'll stick around and be okay. I realized also, and I wanna do this next, I'm gonna need a backend, because if I wanna hit the YouTube API, I can't just have that in the front end, and Cloudflare has some free services, so I'm surprised that the fonts worked first try. I can't believe that worked first try. Okay then. Generic CSS reset. Yeah, then here we go. And then this is the test of the Spartan font. We just have the homepage. This is the easiest time I've had getting here. In terms of web development in the past, I'm surprised that I got the gray background over the image. I mean, I went to ChatGPT and I said, hey, how do you do this? And it wanted me to use the Z index, which you can do. But then I was like, this is overcomplicating it so much. So let me just create a div within a div. This one's gonna be the same 100% height and width of the parent one. And it's just gonna be an opaque gray. That's it. It's just like Photoshop. And then you've got the text. Want to get the main content up first, and I need to change the background image. I couldn't find the one that I used. I need to get it to scale properly and not duplicate. Fork. I want to figure out the backend stuff, take a break from the front end. I'm surprisingly enjoying backend stuff. When you get to see what's built right in front of you and work on the thing it's talking with, I'm vibing for now. Until chorus happens, I'm vibing. Okay, Saturday morning, it's 10:21 a.m. I just finished up some Oink stuff. I got up late, unfortunately. I have to head to Jiu-Jitsu in a minute, but I want to do the backend stuff. I got the Cloudflare thing set up. There's just some JavaScript code that says hello world. That was all default. Hopefully that's just like a single file, messy as it might be. But I want to get to some more Oink tracer mode stuff today, so I might include some of that. I don't know. I just know I need to get myself doing things all the time. Finally. Okay, I feel tired. That was silly. But the more you learn, I don't know. Getting the proper code patterns down is annoying. I think this is nice to have because you get data or you don't. But yeah, so now I have this. It returns a string. Beautiful. This is in the response body. So on the front end, all I'm going to be doing is taking this URL and just putting in an embed. And if I just need the ID, then I'm going to yoink the URL. Actually, you know what? It depends on how the embed works, but I can figure that out later. Okay, cool. All right, switching up the angle a little bit. So I haven't done front end in a hot minute, really, I'll be honest. It's about 10 o'clock, so I need to go to bed soon. Been working for the last hour and 10 minutes. It worked the first time. I'm kind of surprised. Low key, I was writing out, where is it? This, and I was like, I think I'm missing something about the state. Don't I have to like update it properly? But that's the whole point of the state, it updates on its own. I just need to style this really quick, but active projects, click on inactive and the inactive ones show up. Project list, so this is this list here. Let's go over the flow, shall we? So here I'm rendering a projects component within a blue bubble. So if I delete this, all you get is a blue bubble. Cool. Projects component, if we go into here, can define interface, and then you just make the props that type, which it feels organizationally amazing. Usually you'd get this information from a backend, but I don't want to put this on a backend because it's all static content anyway. We just have this list of valid tabs, and this is how I would structure it on the backend. With this list, we render the titles because this is web development, so you have to render top to bottom pretty much. And I guess, my other option was kind of like, render all of them and just make the active one blue and then you render the list, but I like just rendering the whole list because I have it anyway. And so if I ever want to update, I'll just come in here and add a project item. One thing I really like that I came up with here was I have alternating bold text. I don't really know how to get around that. In this project item component, we have really this list of parts. And because I'm making the static data, I know that there's only a certain number of bold elements. If the element is an even number, we just add a span and put the text inside. Otherwise, we give it the bold font. So if I go ahead and inspect, this is a div with project description made up of a bunch of span tags that are just stacked on top of each other. This feels simple, and I'm just gonna keep it for now. So I'm gonna finish styling this up. I think it worked. I didn't expect that to happen. All right, so here we upload the artifact. So if we go to the summary, we can see that we now have mark-side static files. How cool is that? We look at our deploy step, download the static files. Yeah, I need to get rid of the red ls. Deploy through FTP. File content's the same. That is very epic. So I don't even need to use the SSH thing, which is fantastic. We love it. Okay, we merge. Beautiful. Delete the branch. Actually, restore branch. Delete branch. This is the FTP client. If we refresh, we'll see that the files update. Sam Kirkland, thank you, very helpful. Saves me from having to install the FTP client within the action itself. No, not like this. Can't resolve metaphorical self. Cannot find this image in the source. Source, image, metaphorical. Dude, what a pain. PNG, right? And then I gotta go change extension because I need to change casing. This has happened with folders in the past. It's so stupid. Oh wait, you know what? I don't actually need to do that, I don't think. I'm really glad I caught that. I mean, this happened when I was just doing it locally as well, but Git doesn't track the change in case. Source, if we go to image, there we go, it's lowercase JPEG. Okay, now we watch the action again. No, I'm begging you. Yeah, Okay, we built the files, we uploaded the artifact, fantastic. Okay, we're uploading the files because we saw that they changed. Love it, thank you. Saves me from having to write all that logic. Fantastic. If we go and refresh this, we see that the files changed. This might not change. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I know I need to make this responsive, but it's, oh my God, I can sleep. It's about 10 o'clock, so I need to go to bed soon. Coding this took an hour 40. Styling took 40 minutes. The GitHub action took an hour 10. Automation feels so good. If you don't automate, start automating. I'm gonna leave that there. Up for a 5K a couple weeks ago, and I forgot about it until last night. The Donut Dash. 24:11. I think that's my PR. And I don't feel like dying. I guess I can sit in my chair all day guilt-free now. I've made everything responsive. I've just pushed everything to GitHub. So this is the old, well, the current, I guess, version of the site. Obviously we have problems here. Images just don't look good as it scales, yada yada. If you scroll down, the YouTube video doesn't work great. It's because the embed is a fixed size. But let's refresh. This embed has been a pain. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not the best, my solution, but I'm satisfied. So first of all, I moved these over here. It felt like it made more sense to me because as I was doing this, boom. Now you get who am I first. And I think that's more important to look at first. And then you get these pictures, right? If you're on a single column layout, which is kind of nice. I have 3 things that I need to do before this website is finished. I need to, on the back end, cache the video. I think that's just something I should do. Then the other thing is that I need to bring over the code of my Emergent Shiba project. But the third thing here, and that's kind of a bonus, I'll do that next week, is, oh, no, we're fine, mobile. So I just need to tweak this a little bit. Mark side clearly gets cut off. There's actually, I thought I was gonna have the same issue I did before, which I guess makes sense I don't, but who am I? Boom, you get this nice and mobile. These 2 pictures scaled really well, I'm surprised. I don't really wanna do a drop down because this is only 2 items. So what I think I'm gonna do that I can do really fast is just make these a column. So with that, I don't know what looks good, what feels good. Let's see if I can speed around these last 2 tasks. Okay, I got something I kind of like. 21 minutes. I mostly mess around with colors. Shabam. Firefox has a cool little responsive mode, but this is it. If you expand, I like this. And then as you come closer, I figured I would just go classic vertical menu because there's only 2 items, so it doesn't take up that much space. Hopefully the colors indicate, you know, what you can do here, but it is gonna be for mobile, so it's not like it's totally obvious. And I think I have 10 minutes to figure out how I'm gonna cache the information on the worker. I just gotta figure out how it works on the Cloudflare worker. So I went down as a rabbit hole of request context objects and durable objects. Gotta pay for it, so I just did my crappy solution. So I'm just using the environment variable to store the current time, and then if the difference is greater than a day, we just set this use cache variable to true, to false. I'm a little suspicious of it, but I don't know, I'm gonna see if this works. It'll be funny. It worked! There's no associated camera for, the service that is. And you can hit this too, I don't care. If we go to /health, this is my debug route pretty much. We have a date, Unix timestamp, and then we have use cache is true. And the current vid thing, oh, it's undefined. But if we go to lifestyle, we get the URL. Now if we re-hit this, we have the URL. I don't know how reliable this is, because it feels sketchy, because it's not using proper storage techniques, if you will. But pretty much in our environment, we have a last date check timestamp and a lifestyle video ID. This is an absolute mess of code because I just keep stacking on what I've learned. But anyway, at the start, I'm calling it a cache. I think that's the idea, is that this is kind of, it's semi-working, but also not working. It's holding on to it for a little bit. The idea is there, and I'll take it. So if use cache is false, we just go ahead and we update the environment lifestyle ID, and then, I don't know, that's about it. But you know, with the restraints of the Cloudflare worker, I think it's kind of my only option. Yeah, so this is where we're at. I changed the background image to a sunset over Green Lake, which is where I run. And then as you scale down, this turns into these, which is kind of sick. And then the mark side scales down. These images, I'm done dealing with images. Cool, it's deployed. So if now I go to my phone, boom, mark side, who am I? Oh, who is he? Oh my God. Oh, look at that. And it's the images. They're perfectly centered anyway. On your average iPhone 14. Y'all better not have freaking different phones. And then you got the active projects, inactive projects. See, this is why I like front-end work, because, okay, there's a little weird space in the very bottom, but I'm okay with that. You get to just see your changes live. Backend is more like a puzzle-solving kind of situation. It's a different kind of challenge that more aligns with what I like. But front-end, you get to just see what happened. I'm kind of happy with this. This took me about a week. I thought this would take me around 15 hours. All right, so with all this code, we have a small backend that's up on Cloudflare. If I were to redo this, I don't think I'd use Cloudflare workers. Aside from that mess, I tried to be a little neater with the front end stuff. This is the last thing to do. A few different components that are pretty basic. It's a very basic website. And then here's my time for the project. I have to mute my email. So a total of 12 hours and 38 minutes and 29 seconds over the course of 8 days about. And I like to be transparent about this stuff just because A, this does not happen overnight. B, while it has been 8 days, evidently it's been, 2.5, 3 hours a day. If I spent 40 hours on another project that also took me 8 days, they would have both taken me 8 days. And to me, that's the same thing. But this proves the 40 hours and the 12 hours are two different things. All in all, I'm getting better at time estimating for myself because I would have expected this to take about 15 hours. It should have taken me about 10, I think, if I had done front end in the last 2 years. But yeah, most of the time was done front end stuff. A lot of the time was spent with the Cloudflare worker. I think if I were to go and redo it, I would use like a free Heroku dyno, or not a free one, but almost eco dynos. I would like to, cache that API response because it is dangerous to just let someone just that API. Things to maybe come back to. That's the devlog, my very brief reflections from, the old website to the new website. I think it looks a lot better. I got back into some front end, React, figured out Cloudflare workers, backend. Thank you so much for watching. Here's to the next devlog. And I've said this 3 times already, but oink in the chamber, man. It's gotta happen. So cheers. Have a good one. And as always, don't forget to stay awesome. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.